When riding the Empire State Trail, it's helpful to know some of the details of the cities and towns you'll ride through. I've published a detailed description of riding through Syracuse from east to west. This video will show highlights of a ride from west to east. For details, check out my other video. This video won't go into as much detail, but it is intended to show portions of interest that will be important for west to east riders. I had the privilege of riding with Tyler Stancill through Syracuse on the Empire State Trail. I caught up with Tyler on the west side of Syracuse. Tyler started his ride in the Florida Keys and is riding the Eastern Divide Trail, part of which goes along the Empire State Trail. The Eastern Divide Trail goes from the Florida Keys to the easternmost tip of Newfoundland. Tyler started in the Keys and at this point has over 3,000 miles behind him. Once completed, he'll be the second person ever to ride that trail and the first person to ride from south to north. Before we jump into the details, there are a couple things to keep in mind about riding through Syracuse. The trail through Syracuse was significantly updated in 2020 and 21 and is well marked. A lot is going on. If it's your first time, there will be a lot to look at, which can confuse things. Take your time and pay attention to the signs. Cities like Lockport tend to have more of a straight shot through on a couple of roads, and that's not the case with Syracuse. If you ride the trail through Syracuse in late August, you'll hit significant crowds around the Empire State Fair. If you do ride during the fair, take your time and enjoy the unique experience. Go online and find out when the fair will be. There are two bike shops I would recommend in Syracuse. On the east side, right after DeWitt, is a trail that goes into Fayetteville. There you'll find Resource Cycling. They have been super helpful. I've bought several bikes there and get mine tuned there every year. It's about a mile off the Empire State Trail, but it's worth it. The other bike shop is Mellow Velo, right off the Empire State Trail, close to Water Street, where you'll be riding. And hit Dinosaur Barbecue downtown for lunch or dinner. Highly recommend it. The Empire State Trail website provides a great map with up-to-date information on the trail. Visit empiretrail.ny.gov under the map section. That's what we'll be looking at here. There are four major sections to the trail going from west to east. There's the Lake and Fairgrounds, Onondaga Creek Walk, Downtown, and Erie Blvd. I'll show a map of each of these sections and then show what it looks like to ride the trail. So let's get to the trail. So let's go over the four major sections that you'll ride through. And again, this is assuming that you're riding from west to east. So you'll come in over in Solvay, you'll come off of a gravel path, and then you'll hit, it'll end at Bridge Street. You're going to take Bridge Street down towards the New York State Fair, and then you'll start the four sections. So the first major section you're going to ride through is the Lake and Fair area. The second area is the Onondaga Creek Walk. The third will be downtown Syracuse. And the fourth will be Erie Blvd. So let's take a look at each one of these. The Lake and Fairgrounds. So like I mentioned, you're going to come in along a gravel path over here in Solvay, and then that's going to end at Bridge Street. You're going to take a left onto Bridge Street, and Bridge Street goes up over a fairly large bridge that goes over a set of railroad tracks and then drops down into the fair area. This is the New York State Fair here. If you're riding in late August, this area can be extremely congested. So there's two bridges, pedestrian bridges that you're going to ride across here, and I'll show a more detailed map of that. Once you cross, you're going to get into the parking area for the New York State Fair, and you're going to navigate across those parking lots, and then you're going to pick up the Onondaga Lake Trail. And that trail is going to swing around. There's a very nice view from here where this bend is. You're going to go down, take a really hard right hairpin turn, and then you're going to ride along the lake. Once you get along the lake here, at the very end, there's a pedestrian bridge that goes over the railroad tracks here. And on the pedestrian bridge, there's a very nice observation area that you can look back over the lake. Here's the bridges. So you come down Bridge Street. There's a couple things to be aware of here is when you take a left on State Fair Boulevard, a lot of the navigation devices will want you to go up the road and then double back. You don't need to do that. So what I suggest is that you ride into the entrance of the State Fair here, and then you're going to pick up the ramp. You'll see the ramp for the pedestrian bridge right here. Just simply ride through the entrance, pick up that ramp, and then you're going to cross one pedestrian bridge, and then you're going to cross over a second pedestrian bridge. Again, if the fair is going on, this will be very congested. You may even need to walk your bike through here. Once you get off the bridge, you're going to get into the parking lot area. This area here can be a little bit confusing. Follow the signs really carefully. What you'll see in the video is we'll ride down and we'll miss the turn, and then we get down to here and have to ride back up and then pick up the Onondaga Lake Trail here. So be very aware of what's going on. You'll see the trail on the other side of the parking lot there. In fact, there's some signs that say do not enter for cars, but you can ride your bike through there and pick up the trail. Once you get on the trail over here, it's all paved down into the city. It's a really nice trail. It's all downhill. And you'll, like I said, you'll do that right hairpin turn, come down the trail, and then you'll ride along the lake. Very, very nice ride. So let's get to the trail. So Tyler and I are riding down the path. We're going to come to Bridge Street, and we're going to cut across Bridge Street over to the other side where there's a wide shoulder. This is going to take us up over a bridge that goes over a railroad track, and then we're coming down the other side here. Crucible Steel is on the right. Get towards the bottom, we're going to cross over a set of railroad tracks here, and then we're going to cut across where that crossing is. And over on our left is the entrance to the State Fair. You can see the big sign over there for that entrance. We're going to take a left-hand turn on State Fair Boulevard. And there's the entrance. Now, this is where you want to be a little careful. We're going to cut into the entrance, and we're going to go around that sign. We're going to head like we're headed for the entrance there. Another rider there. And then we're going to pick up the sidewalk. And you can see the footbridge for pedestrian traffic. We're going to cut up the ramp. Now, some people, the GPS or navigation aids will take you down to State Fair Boulevard and double back. You don't need to do that. If the State Fair is going on at this point, this walkway will be jammed with people because most of the major parking lots are on the other side of these major roads. Everybody walks across these footbridges. You can see Tyler there and I we've crossed the first footbridge, and that takes us across State Fair Boulevard, and then this one will take us across 690. Again, tons of people last week. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to take a left here. You saw the sign there for the Empire State Trail. We missed that sign because you see that big do not enter sign. You think, we shouldn't be going there. So we overshoot. What we're going to do is the road splits here. We're going to go down and cut back up that other side of that split. You can see the trail just up there that we're shooting for. Gonna come here. Now we're in the right place. We've crossed the parking lot. We've picked up the Onondaga Lake Trail. And now we're going to, there's a uphill ride here. Very nice observation place right here. You could stop there, take some selfies over the lake, look at the city of Syracuse. This is all paved path down to the city. This is that hard right hairpin turn I was telling you about. And then there's a downhill ride to the trail along the edge of Onondaga Lake. You get to the bottom here, there's a little marina here that you're going to pass the entrance. watch for traffic there. And now you're on the path along the edge of the lake. This is a very nice path. Like I mentioned, this is, as of this recording, it's relatively new. Now you're going to come up this bridge. It's a fairly large pedestrian bridge that goes over the railroad tracks. And at the top here, there's a nice place to sit, take some pictures of Onondaga Lake, maybe cool your jets there for a little bit, take a selfie. And then we're on to the next section. So once you cross over the railroad tracks, you're going to roll down the bike path and you're going to intersect to Hiawatha Boulevard here. You're going to ride the bike lane up until you get to Van Rensselaer Road, and it'll take a right. At the time of this recording, there's a brewery on the corner there called the Buried Acorn Brewing Company. So you're going to roll down Van Rensselaer, and then you're going to come to this intersection here. You're going to cross over Bear Street, and on the once you cross over, on the left-hand side is a parking lot, and you want to turn into that parking lot. And there's signs there that'll tell you that. They're small, and they're easy to miss. But you're going to pull into this parking lot, and in the backside of the parking lot is a trail where you're going to pick up the Onondaga Creek Walk. Down in this area, it can be a little bit confusing. There's a couple paths. They all kind of merge into the same place there. Just follow the signs. Cross over Kirkpatrick Street. There's a path that runs through here, and then you're going to hit this intersection. You're going to cross over the road, and just a short way up Maltby Road, on the left-hand side is where the Onondaga Creek Walk path takes off into this area here. So you're going to follow it. You're going to go over a bridge over the Onondaga Creek, and it's a really pretty ride through here. It's very wooded along here. You're going to ride down. It'll dip down underneath some bridges, come back up. You'll go underneath all this infrastructure here for 690, and then you're going to come out onto this road down here. There's a small firehouse that you're going to come out by. We've come over the bridge over the railroad tracks, taken a few selfies with the lake behind us, and now we're into the second part of our trip here. So we're coming off the bridge, a little construction action there. What I should have done is I should have crossed the street and gone up the other side, but I didn't. Either side works. You'll notice that up here on the right, coming into view, is the Buried Acorn Brewery as of this recording. I'm going to cross the street and pick up Van Rensselaer. You can see the signs. We're going to go down the bike path here on the street. So we come to this intersection. It can be a little tricky here. What you're going to do is you're going to cross the street with Tyler here, and then you're going to cut to the left. There's a parking lot on the left, and you can see that Tyler and the other biker are going to go over and pick up this parking lot. Go through the end of the parking lot. You can see the sign there. This is going to come to an intersection with the trail, the creek walk. You're going to take a right. Again, follow the sign. Lots of people walk along here, bike along here, so keep your eyes open. Now right here, you could take a right, and then there's like a little island here that you go around. The signs tell you to go straight. There's like a little amphitheater here, and then you'll see the sign that says to take a right. They both meet up in the same place. So we're going to come to the path here. Now we're going to take a left. This may not be quite as obvious. We're going to cross over the road here, and we're going to head straight, following the yellow line there. Follow the yellow line. It's going to take a jog to the left, and we're going to cross over the road, go up the sidewalk. You can go up the road, you just have to jump the curb. You follow the sign, we're going to take a left, and then we're continuing on the creek walk. This is a really nice section through here. It's very shaded. It's quiet, nice path. Do watch out for people walking along there. Keep going straight. You see the sign up there for the Empire State Trail. Then we're going to go down this ramp, and we're going to pick up the creek, Onondaga Creek. I think that's Route 690 above us there. It's a pretty major road. Now we're pretty close to the end of this section. It's going to curve to the left, and there's the old firehouse there. We're going to take a right in front of it, continuing to follow that yellow line. And then we're gonna come to our next section here. Downtown Syracuse. So you're gonna, this area is kind of busy and it can be a little bit tricky. You're gonna come off of the Inner Harbor Trail. And when you come off of it, there's it's gonna dead end here on this road, and there's a little old fire station here. You're going to ride out, and then you're going to pick up this road here. One thing to note is over here on the corner of Willow and whatever this street is here, you're going to want to stop here at Dinosaur Barbecue for lunch or dinner. A great place. They have outdoor seating. You just park your bike, sit at a picnic table, and they serve you some pretty good barbecue. Follow the signs along. Note the turns in here. It can be a little bit confusing, but the signs are there. So, and again, a lot going on, so follow the signs. You're going to get down here, and you're going to pick up Water Street. Water Street has a pretty well-marked bike lane. Going to go past Clinton Square on your left, and you're just going to follow Water Street all the way down till you can't go any further, basically. You're going to cross under Route 81. This is a major road that cuts New York State in half. It runs north-south. One thing to note is Mellovello Bicycle Shop here. It's just off of Water Street. You'll see it. It's got some pretty bright colors. If you need bike repair or parts, it's a good place to stop. Once you get down to the end here, the Water Street ends at this street here. You're going to take a left. You're going to cross over Erie Blvd, and then the trail will pick up on the other side. Let's see what part 3 looks like. So we come past the little fire station. This is West Genesee Street. We're going to cross over, and then we're going to follow the yellow line again. Now, we do want to stop for lunch or dinner. The trail will go straight, but we're going to cut across over on the other side of that triangular-shaped building to Dinosaur Barbecue. It's just off the trail just a little bit. It has outdoor seating with picnic tables. It has good barbecue. Highly recommend stopping there. So we're going to swing into the restaurant here. And we're going to find ourselves a picnic table. Grab a brisket sandwich or a pulled pork sandwich. We're all loaded up. And now we're going to head back out onto the trail. So there's that triangular building ahead. So we're going to go up to the traffic light. We're going to take a left, and then we'll pick up the trail. Again, we're just off of the trail. Take a left, go on to the other side. See where that traffic light is there? That's where the trail comes up, and then it takes a right there, but we're going to go straight. See the building with the flag on top of it is a classic Art Deco building. If you get a chance to go look at it, it's Niagara Mohawk building. Beautiful on front. So keep following the yellow line. What we're looking for is Water Street. Good coffee shop there on the right, Kubal Coffee. So you can see the sign says that we're going to take a left. So we're going to cross over the street and then we're going to take a left. And there's a bike lane on the right-hand side that's sectioned off for just bicycles. And this is Water Street. We're going to just keep straight on this thing until we can't go straight anymore, practically. Clinton Square over on the left there. Sometimes there's some events going on there. Can be a little bit crowded. There's a water fountain there you can go stick your toes in if they need cooling off. We're in downtown Syracuse here. And then we're going to pick up this road here. This is a one-way road, and it's also designated as a bike lane, too. Good restaurants on the left there. You can check some of those out on Google Maps. This building coming up on the left here, this is the Erie Canal Museum. It's a replica of a waylock. The Erie Canal used to come right down through downtown here. And the barges would come into that building and then they would weigh them. And then that's how they would get their fees charged. So we're pretty much through downtown Syracuse. This is 81. This kind of cuts the whole state in half. It runs north-south. Pretty major road. At some point, now I'm recording this in 2023, they're going to tear this whole thing down. So I don't know when that's going to start. I think in 2024, 2025. So just check on the news there. That's going to be quite the mess. This is Water Street, straight as an arrow. We're just going to take this to the end. It's kind of a quiet street. It's not a major street. Erie Boulevard's one street over, and that one tends to be where most of the traffic is. You see that colorful building there on the left? That's Mellow Velo Bike Shop. If you need parts or if you need service, I think that's a good bike shop to go to. I personally have not been to that bike shop. All right, so we're kind of at the end of Water Street. See how it can't go straight anymore? You're going to take a left. Wait for the crosswalk sign, which we don't do here. We're going to cross Erie Boulevard, and we're going to take a right, and then you'll see a bike lane that we're going to pick up, and that's the end of the third section. So Erie Boulevard, we're going to look at this in two parts. Like I mentioned, when Water Street ends, you're going to cross over Erie Boulevard, and that's a pretty clear bike lane over there. You're going to come down a little ways. There's going to be an intersection. So, like I mentioned, Water Street ends. You're going to cross over Erie Boulevard, pick up a bike lane, and then that bike lane is going to be on the westbound side of the road. Erie Boulevard is a divided road. You're going to go down, and then it's going to cross back over into the middle of Erie Boulevard with that grass median that runs up the middle. There's a bike path that runs all the way down Erie Boulevard. It's a really nice trail. They've got special traffic lights for cyclists. The whole thing is about 3 miles along Erie Boulevard. Lots of little places to eat along here. And once you get all the way down, you're going to get off of Erie Boulevard, and then let's take a look at what that looks like on the next slide. There's a pretty big intersection here. So the bike trail comes along the middle here. It crosses over to this corner of that major intersection. You're going to cross over the intersection. Just be careful going across there. There are traffic lights and bike lights. It's not a problem. It's just a really big intersection. And then you're going to get off on this road here. There's a little path, and then there's a road with a bike lane that goes all the way down this road. Once you get down to the end here, to this intersection, there's a bridge for pedestrians and cyclists to cross over Route 481. You're going to drop down a ramp, and then you're going to get to the start of the old Erie Canal. And the trail is going to run from here, and it's going to go east for quite a ways. You'll probably be on this thing out past Canastota and Rome and so on. Okay, this is Erie Boulevard to our right, and then there's this bike lane that goes down along the north end of the Erie Boulevard. We'll come to this intersection here. Swing over, push the button to cross the walk. We're going to cross over the westbound lane of Erie Boulevard. And then we're going to pick up the trail that goes right up the middle of Erie Boulevard. There's a fairly wide grass median that goes up Erie Boulevard, and in 2021, they put this beautifully paved path right up the middle. So you're pretty isolated from east and westbound Erie Boulevard. There are several crossings that you'll make. There is a special bike traffic light that'll tell you when to go. So that's convenient. I forget how long this is. It's probably about a mile and a half. There's other people that use the path, bikers, scooters. Then you come down to the end of this path up the median. This is a fairly busy intersection, so keep your head on a swivel and push the button there. We're going to cross over the westbound lane of Erie Boulevard, and then we're going to cross over this busy intersection here. So once we cross over this intersection, we're going to get off of Erie Boulevard, and there's a bike path. Then the bike path is actually part of a road here. This is a one-way road on the left there. But this is all sectioned off for bikes along here. It's a pretty quiet road. There's not a lot of traffic here. You're going to swing around and go up this hill. When you get to the top of the hill, we're going to take a left. And there's a pedestrian bridge that goes over 481, which is a pretty busy road. 481 swings around the east side of Syracuse. We're going to cross over the bridge. Pick up the bike path on the other side here. And then this is going to drop us down to the start of the Erie Canal path. This is DeWitt. This is the DeWitt area. You're going to swing around to the right, and there's the path. So there you have it, navigating Syracuse. Again, the signage for getting through Syracuse is good, so pay attention to the Empire State Trail signs. As a reminder, the New York State Fair will be going on in late August, so it'll be very crowded as you ride through. The fair's on the west side of Syracuse. Check out the dates for the fair online. It won't be the problem for the rest of the year. It's pretty empty then. Check out Resource Cycling. Once you get on the Erie Canal Trail in DeWitt and are heading east, in about 2 miles, there's a bridge that goes across the canal. And Resource Cycling is about a mile down that trail. Right next door to Resource is Freedom of Espresso Cafe, so grab yourself something to drink there. You may want to look up Green Lakes Park. It's just off the canal trail. It's probably about 3 or 4 miles down from where the trail where the canal trail starts. And Green Lakes has a good swimming area that opens up at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's free to enter the park if you're on a bike. Great place for a dip on a hot day. Check it out. Check out my other videos on riding the Empire State Trail. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give the video a like and consider subscribing. Now, get to the trails.